Good morning. It's very early in the morning. I'm sitting in my bed. I have ignore the tape. It's where I was gonna paint a scene, a beach scene over where I'm gonna was a window was gonna be replaced there. Anyway, that's beside the point. I just wanted to say, hey, there's painter's tape right there. That's why. Oh my God. I had to come on. Happy birthday, Mama Faye. Today's her birthday. Happy birthday to you. She's um, unalive. But anyway, I spent many birthdays away from her, and I'm really thankful to know, to feel her, and to know that she loved me, and to know that she would not want me repeating her past, her choices, which was to stay bitter, to have unforgiveness, to lack peace. Oh my gosh. I just realized how heavy yesterday was. I watched my video over actually. You know, in this process, you can be bombarded by thoughts, and I'm a Libra, so that even makes it more intense, but by your mind, plans that you've made, decisions you've made, people, what people say. And even though we're centered to stay, or my intention is not to care about what others say. And I really don't. But, everybody has a weakness. And the importance of that is to recognize it and not to be in it long. That's how major depression can get out of control. I mean, depression can get out of control. We can always be depressed. I mean, it's an emotion. But to stay there is not healthy. To understand, to look at, to ponder, to count the cost, to look at the roads, the choices. Be real with yourself. I thought I was doing that, and I am doing that. I woke up happy. I can't explain it except for to say that there's this joy that is bubbling inside of me. And I was reminded as I woke up that I didn't have to lay back down. I didn't have to be quiet. I didn't have to worry about if I was going to wake anybody up, or if it was going to cause it was going to disturb someone else's peace. Because really, to wake up in the middle of the night and to be able to enjoy my night is heaven for me. I love the nighttime. I love waking up. I love being able to wake myself, or my body wake me up, or my mind wake me up, and be able to sit there and think about what is it that woke me up? I woke myself up to tell myself I love you. I woke myself up to say everything is as it should be, just as it should be. Because this is what it took for me to come to this place and wake up. I realize I'm not the first woman to ever go through this, or man, person. I also know in my lineage, my family lineage, this is something that has gone on for generations and generations. Women, they're not finding themselves and being true to themselves and being full of joy. They survived. They loved. They were happy. They were fulfilled in most ways. But there was something missing. There was a longing, a desire, a need, a want that they stuffed down and put everyone else's needs on top of instead of theirs, and told themselves that, that it'll come back around. It'll be this or it'll be that. And they waited and they waited, and some of them lost themselves waiting. Their husbands died, and left them, and they got depressed, or their husbands left them and had a different got a different wife and had a different path, and they laid down in depression, and they just withered up and died. Or the bitter ones, the ones that make it a mission to destroy everything and everyone in their path. That's going on in my family too. And poverty and lack and sadness and really just meanness. But it's really just pain, fear, and not understanding what to do with it, and wanting to make it about what someone else has done to us. And I'm not going to do that. I don't want to continue in that vein. I saw myself. I see myself. I love myself. I've waited for this time for a long time to wake up, to see me, and to actually like what I see. And to know that everything is as it should be, and it's only going to get better. It has no choice. I know that life can be hard. I've experienced it my whole life. And I know that the one thing that I was lacking was trust and belief in myself. I was giving it to everyone else for them to... I just didn't know how to give it to myself. And I thought I was being selfish if I tried. I was programmed to be an unconditional lover of everyone else and not myself. And so it is my great honor and pleasure to unconditionally love myself. And that, I don't have to explain this to anyone. I don't have to answer any questions. My life, my actions should be all the answers they need. I'm so thankful that I made it, that I am here, that I'm awake, I'm excited, I'm alive, I'm thriving. Everything I need comes to me in the exact perfect time. It always has. I never understood. I believed, and then I would get so upset because it wasn't working. It wasn't working because it was supposed to work out like that. I was living an illusion. One that needed clarity and truth. And it was sitting there waiting for me to unmask it and see it and learn the lesson from it. And the biggest lesson from it is that walking away in love and allowing people to be who they want to be is the greatest gift you can give them, without defending, I'll say, without sacrificing who you are to become something that you're not anymore, but to understand that at one time I was that person, and you know, and to love. You know, the thing is there it is. I'm so thankful. Oh God, thank you for that. I just realized why I was having such a hard time with something. I refused to forgive myself for being that way. That's the hardest part for me. Is for a long time I told myself that I wasn't that. that it could never have been that way. It's been, I mean, I'm not that. I mean, it's been a long time. Moving to Rayford in 2019 was one of the biggest blessings I've ever received in my life. I've always known to come back to Rayford. I knew the Keys were here, but it was never the right time, or I just couldn't get here. And this just proved positive and perfect. To see myself clearly in a safe place. And I'm so thankful for my father-in-law. He blessed us with this property, and then we sold it to our son. And I live in a tiny house at the back of his property for now. But, you know, it's his home. And I do enjoy being here and loving him. But, you know, sooner or later, it will be time for me to go too. And find my way on my own. I'm very thankful for being able to be safe. It feels good to have a safe place. And to know that there have been so many references for me to look back on, and everything showed up at the perfect time. Everything. So, as Jesus said, take no thought. Look at the birds. Look at the birds. They're, you know, they don't worry. They don't toil. They live. I'm reminded, you know, I shut myself down for Jesus for a long time. And I'll refer to him as Christ now. But what he taught me, and what I know of him, he was so different than what we preach. But his heart, oh my God. How I shut myself down to that, I don't know, but I did, and I didn't believe in him for a while. I didn't believe in anything. But just now, receiving that key, I know that was from him, because forgiveness. Christ just put Christ consciousness inside of me to unlock another key just from being obedient, from getting up, from waking up. That I have not forgiven myself for acting the way that I find hard to see someone else acting that way. But as I see that, I see where that comes from. And in seeing that, I know that there's really truly nothing I can do about that. There's nothing, you know, there's nothing any of us can do about another person except for to let them, allow them. But even though I was saying let them and allow them, I was still feeling some kind of angst, and I didn't understand it because I don't have bad feelings towards anyone. I can feel hurt, and I can feel pain, and what used to be shame and guilt and blame is not there anymore, so I don't want to hurt them. But I didn't understand what that was still inside of me, why I felt that way. And it was bothering me because I don't like it. It was making me sad. And I don't like being sad. I'm an up person. And I'm finding the more clarity I have, and the less chemicals I put into my body for what I thought was pleasure, the more I find myself regulating into a place that is just pure up. Anyway, it was the lack of forgiveness for myself. So hey, if you're out there and you're having a hard time, something pops up and you're like, hey, I dealt with this. I'm okay. And you start spiraling into thoughts or just wondering. Sit with it. Be quiet. I took some time It wasn't what my plan was today. My plan was to do something totally different, but it evolved into a day of just, I went to Lumber River and then resting and then coming back home and contemplating and sitting with myself, scrolling on Facebook and YouTube and listening to videos and music and just really basically numbing out. And I almost didn't do it. I was like, you're wasting time, and my body was tired. My body is tired. This is a lot to go through when you're a whole life change, and do it consciously without the need to hurt anyone or blame anyone or to find to make excuses, to know what you have to do and do it. This is draining mentally, physically. I mean, I'm thankful. I'm extremely grateful and thankful for this time. But in saying all that, the reason why I'm on here is to, well, now I know I needed this, because there it is. I hadn't forgiven myself for acting like that. But I was trying to forgive someone else, and it was causing a little bit of a difficulty because it just keeps us like a volcano. Some things are like volcanoes. And they're going to spew and spew and spew. But the good thing about it is when the volcano erupts, the lava creates more. I mean, it causes destruction. It really does. It burns away things that need to. Well, when I'm looking at a personal volcano for myself, I'm not saying for other people, but for myself, it's helped me clear the way and the path, and it's allowed flow, which is needed. And sometimes the only way it can flow is through fire. And, volcanoes, the lava can create new land. And that's what I'm seeing, new land, new opportunities, new growth, new adventures, new love, just new love, new ways to love. Yesterday at the Lumber River, there were butterflies everywhere. I wish I would have filmed that, but I didn't. I just took in the awe and the splendor of it myself. And just to be silent and to be okay inside of oneself is beautiful. And finding that key to, gosh, that was just neat. That was just like, wow, boom. Thank you, Christ, for your consciousness, it's fitting I would say that. I missed him. I loved church. Jesus was still, that time of my life it was what I thought was going to be my life. And I realized that what I was building wasn't who I was supposed to be building. And there's many reasons why, but it wasn't just the fact that the church preaches one thing and does another. It was the life I was building was being built on a lie. You can't build a life for someone else that doesn't want the same life as you. And you can't build another life for someone else anyway. You have to build yours. And you attract what is meant to be to you. And sometimes when you're, when you're hurting and you're in pain, you attract that. Or when you're, like minds attract each other. So it is my intention to attract to my heart that which is like me now. So radiating things from the old me is not my intention. And so finding that little key not little key, that was, I think that was just what I needed for the river to flow. No, I don't think I know. I know that's exactly what I needed. And yet again, it's 3 o'clock in the morning. And had I not been right now in this time of my life, I would have just laid there and tried to go to sleep so that I didn't disturb anybody, but not anymore. So go find your keys. Only you know what they are. You're going to have to go in and ask those questions you don't want to ask yourself. But oh my God, when you do and you get your answers, and be patient with yourself, and oh, for God's sake, forgive yourself. I don't care what anybody else thinks. I don't care what you've done. I really don't. I really don't. Does it matter? If it does, there's something wrong with the person that it does. Because they're minding your business instead of their own. And if it's you minding your own business, you're going to find a way to forgive yourself. Or either hurt yourself and wound yourself. And that's what I've done. And I don't want to do that anymore. I love me. I love me. I am enough. I am worthy. I am abundant in all areas of my life because of my love for myself and others. And I want nothing but good. Or should I say, no, not good. That's the wrong way to say it, because good could mean different things for other people and bad. So I want joy for you. Joy. Joy that causes the river to flow endlessly through your life and all the lives that you touch, not just in this one, but in all lifetimes. So, love yourself. Forgive yourself. Enjoy yourself. You have this life and this time and this body, and it's your time. Shine. Shine bright like a diamond. Be the lighthouse you always wanted for yourself, for others. And when they can't be that for you, shine your light anyway. Do it in love. It'll help them, whether we see it or not. Plant the seed. Someone else might water it, but plant the seed. That's all you can do. I love you. I love me. I love us. I love the world and all of its creatures and all that is without and all that is within. Enjoy your life, my friend. You deserve it. You deserve it. You deserve peace and you deserve rest. See you soon.